Okay, as you probably know, I'm one of the biggest proponents of the Kranzle pressure washing system. I'm a big fan. I've used them for years. I've sold them for years. And I just truly believe that it's the very, very best system that money can buy. Now, here I'm going to unveil to you the version 3 package. Now, the version 3 package, as you know, this is the third iteration now of when we first started selling the pressure washing packaging systems. And over the different versions, we have tried to improve where we can, as we can, you know, with your 10 and 20% improvements every time. So the version 3, I'm going to talk you through it. First of all, I'm going to give you a little bit of spec of the pressure washer. I've always said this, if you've ever spoken to anybody within our company, the first thing that you will hear is that we believe pound for pound, now you've got to take into account many different factors that factor into my next statement, but pound for pound, this is most likely the king of Kranzle. Now, there are cheaper versions, there are more expensive versions, there is higher flowing versions, you know, hot and cold, but for the price that you're paying and for the functionality that you get, this, in my opinion, is the pound for pound king. So, version 3. First of all, what is it that you get with a standard machine? Out the box, out the pack, what is it that comes with it? Now, the first thing that you will probably see in the pack is obviously the machine itself, and you will see this contraption. This is their lance. You've got the turbo nozzle version of that over there. This is the variable. Now, first of all, the half the lance, as you can see itself, it is quite the big boy, okay? I mean, I'm a big guy, but this is still quite big. This is half. Now, when you start trying to achieve any sort of pressurized system, again, this is technically a walking stick. So this is huge. It is a little bit heavy. Again, as I said, you know, I'm quite a big, strong guy, but it's a little bit heavy. You can use it with your 2 hands. And you will see that it comes with a thread. So the beauty of the machine is they all come with the same M22 14mm thread, which basically has never changed. Now it makes our life for us to obviously customize the packages for you a lot simpler. So this is huge. You've got to remember that if you do want to use the Kranzle spec, let's say foam cannon, which has got a similar, well, in fact, it's the same connection as on the end of this. So that's already quite long. You're going to have it on the end of the foam cannon, and it's going to be probably out here. Now, don't forget, a litre of liquid roughly is about 1 kilo. So 1 kilo further away from your body can start to be a little bit heavier on your arms, especially if you're a small person. So this is, first of all, what you get. Now, the first thing that we have done is we took the hose on the version 3 package, and avoid the coupler. You've got the female thread. This is the male thread, and in the past tense, you would just thread it on, use it. At the end of the day, you would depress the pressure and unscrew it. So the first thing that we've done on the version 3 package is we've took the whole machine, we've kind of almost, in a very loose sense, ripped it apart, put it back together with the whole Swiss touch, Swiss feel. So the first thing on the hose, the most important if we work around it in order, we have installed a Mosmatic 3/8 plug. What a beautiful connection. It's literally the highest grade stainless that you could possibly ever buy. Now, the 3/8 connection, what's that doing? First of all, it is bypassing the old school kind of threaded system to a more industry standard kind of setup. So for now, this, as you could see, will not work. Then we get rid of the gun, theoretically on paper, and then the next thing that we do is we then install our version 2 ultimate gun. Now, the ultimate gun in itself is a very cool creation. This is a 4-country collaboration gun. Again, they've nailed the gold absolutely beautifully. So as you can see, on the gun itself, this is the SGS-28 version 2. Obviously, the Americans and Italians have decided to put our name on it. Thank you so much. Now, on the outlet and on the inlet is all Swiss T304 fittings from Mosmatic. Again, it has been thought out quite well of, because there are stainless steel and then there are stainless steel fittings. As you know, you can do your £2 ones all the way up to 50, 60 pound fittings. These are the 50, 60 pound fittings. Completely over-engineered for everybody who watches this video combined. However, if you're paying, you know, well in excess of £1,000, you want the very best. At least I do, and I know there are people out there who also want similar to what I want. So we've got the 3/8 male plug from Mosmatic that will go into the 3/8 coupler. So plugs go into couplers. I mean, just listen to that. Now, as you guys know, I'm an ex-infantryman, so I've had my fair share of feeling and playing, and unfortunately sometimes having to discharge a weapon. But how does... Oh, wow. If you listen to it, it literally sounds like a 9mm being cocked. Very nice. Again, it's very high end. Now, the compatibility, obviously Mosmatic, going into Mosmatic, I mean, look, it's just... This is a £50 coupler going into a £25 plug, then seeing itself out into another £50 coupler. I mean, this is literally top tier, next level. So you then go from the 3/8 connections, going through the internals of the SGS-28 Ultimate V2, and you will come out to now a 1/4 inch connection. So industry standard. A lot of people will be buying stupid hoses or stupid guns where they put 1/4 inch up here and a thread fitting up there. It's just ridiculous. Normal, if you look at the big players, MTM Hydro and the likes of Mosmatic, the way it works, or the way it should work, is the inlet 3/8, the outlet where the water comes out is a 1/4 inch. Now, 1/4 inch connections are beautiful because technically, again, if you start picking up things with industry standard things, what you will start to see is you've got a lance with a 1/4 inch connection. Beautiful. You've of course got a foam cannon. I mean, nobody would ever use a foam cannon in this configuration, but that's a 1/4 inch connection. But the V3 package allows you to basically, if you want to use the shotgun configuration, whether it be wheel cleaning or you just want to do the entire car in this configuration, you can do. However, just in case, the version 3 will come to you with a Mosmatic beautiful lance. Oh, it's just amazing. Super light. I need to balance it. It's a little bit bottom heavy, but just look at that. It's just super light. There's no effort goes into it. It looks obviously super stylish as well. Looks at this price point obviously have to look as well good as they have to function and feel. Basically, there's your lance. Now, part of the package is you will get the Mosmatic version 2 nozzle assembly. Now, the version 2, this time, it's a complete integrated system. So the entire internal part, that is, imagine if you had no rubber covering on it, is a one-piece connection. That means less failure points. You've then got a super soft, as you could see, a super soft rubber feel to this. So if you do accidentally ding your car, it's not going to harm anything. Now, if you like using longer lances, there we go. There's your setup. This is your gun and lance kit. Some people like to use exclusively the shotgun setup. There we go. Just. I honestly believe you cannot get any better for your money. This is next level, top tier, amazing quality kit that will realistically last your lifetime. Now, what you've got to bear in mind with anything that is a coupler, now a plug, as you see, it's a solid piece of metal. Unless you shred this with a certain style of diamond tip saw, or you run over with a tank, this will never fail you. Now, anything that you have to pull, so the couplers, whether it's on the outlet of the lance, outlet of the gun, which is more obviously used, or obviously the coupler here on the hose, you've got to remember that no matter what it's made of, titanium carbide, for example, eventually when you do that with your fingers, it is a wear and tear item. Now, if you look after this correctly, it will last you many, many years. If you, of course, start chucking the gun everywhere, it's going to break on you. So just bear in mind, it has got ball bearings in there. When you do fire your nozzle assembly, just make sure it's not half engaged. Just give it a quick check tug, as they say, and always fire it away from the car, because if it's half engaged and you fire it towards the car, a nice one piece of T304 stainless will be coming towards your pride and joy. So couplers going into the gun and lance kit, and then of course, if you option the MTM PF22.2, what we've done again, we've ripped that little package apart from MTM, and now what this comes with is, as well, anything that you buy as part of a package will come automatically, no questions asked, with a Mosmatic. This is a 1/4-inch plug. So again, the world famous, beautiful MTM will come with a Mosmatic, this time T304 1/4-inch plug. And again, the compatibility, I'm telling you, look at this. So compare this system, even with a liter of liquid, to maybe a system like this, with another probably 5-6 inches on the ends. There, look. In fact, that's quite a good little comparison. This is already twice the size. I reckon with a foam cannon, it's 3 times the size. So we've just shaved you 2/3 of the weight, and more than likely anywhere between 60 to 70%. Well, the length first, and then 60-70% of the weight. I mean, already, this hand is just hurting. It's quite heavy. There's a V3 package, guys. I'm working on it. A good customer of ours has, if I remember this correctly, I'm not going to, but if I do misquote it, correct me in the comments, but he commented when we launched this, a word, I think it's a Japanese word, it's called Kaizen or Kaizan. I don't want to mispronounce the word. Now, I wasn't sure what the word meant, so obviously I Googled it. Now, it's a Japanese term, an old school phrase saying is in the pursuit of constant improvement, or something along those lines. Now, this machine, honestly, is unbelievable. It's got an integrated hose reel. It's got adjustable pressure valves. You can adjust your PSI and in turn adjust your flow technically. But even still, the very, very, very best machine requires just a little bit of tweaking. So this is where we've done. That was the version 1, and we tried our very best. And now, of course, Mosmatic have put their trust into us as the #1 importer into the UK. We're doing extremely well with Mosmatic, and as we are with MTM as well. And it's, you know, it's time to upgrade this package. You've seen the older videos. This is the new video. And the word Kaizen, to get back to it, is in the pursuit of constant improvement, is if there is something to be changed, then we will 100% change it. Yes, it has increased the cost of the package, but if you're in the market and you've got the spending power that this machine demands, which, believe it or not, is quite a lot of people, especially in the Western world, then why not give you the best? We can put you on a £2.50 brass coupler made in you-know-where. I'm not even going to give people ideas, but yeah, you-know-where. You can take a cheap gun for £16. You can then take something that is plated steel, cheap stainless or zinc-plated copper, you know, brass, lances, all these type of horrible things, and give you the world famous rebrand me foam cannons from everybody with a little Y. But we decided not to do this. We want to give you the very best. This kit, I believe, currently is the very best. If something will come in the future, then there's going to be a version 5, 6, and so on. If I may suggest to you as well, if you can, this is already in the description of the website. By the way, forgot to mention, you do not need to worry about orifice sizes, because anything that is, whether you buy K7, K10, 1152s from us, it doesn't really matter. When you buy a package from us, we already sort out all the orifice sizes for you. Kranzle recommend a 4.2 for this. Now at this point, you can either go down 1 to 4, because a 4.2 does not exist, or you can go to a 4.5. I believe that the best flow PSI rating is going up that 0.3 in orifice sizes to a 4.5. So if you ever look inside your nozzle assembly, it will obviously give you a 40, which is the fan pattern, and 0.45, so obviously a 4.5. So if you're ever not sure, it's on here. We hook you up with that. Now in the description, this is a nice little add-on from MTM. This is now M22 to 3/8 fitment, as you can see. Very, very nice. Now this comes in, this is currently an add-on that we do not put within the package, because some people don't ever use this lance, or they sell the lances on because they've obviously got the very best. So we can't include this just in case if people don't want it. And actually that's proved the point. For every 100 pressure washer packages that we sell, the add-ons that come on the order is about 20-25. So again, 25% people buy this as an add-on. So we could have potentially wasted 75% of these fittings, which again, we import from the US, so it's no kind of easy feat. So as you can see, this is currently a threaded connection here on the inlet. That is now a quick release connection. This will never work. So what you do is you take an M22 fitting, or M22 3/8. This is a one-piece connection as well, which is beautiful. Now, the really good thing about the twist couplers, which this is, as you could see, I'm twisting it on. Actually, no PTA fee in this case is required. If you do wish to put a few wraps on, it's never going to harm you. So as you can see now, this looks like a very similar connection between the bottom of the gun and this. Look at that. So basically, it is a 3/8 now plug. Now, what this 3/8 plug now does, if you do want to keep the lance and you want to use the turbo nozzle attachment, which is over there, all you've got to do now, boom, all of a sudden you have got yourself a nice quick release Mosmatic spec going into MTM spec, quick release lance. Again, it's going to look like this and there, and you can literally use it for your patio cleaning. Look at that. I mean, even the fitment of it is just beautiful. Even the Mosmatic going into MTM is very, very nice. So I would recommend you pick one of these up. They're relatively inexpensive. One of these will last you a lifetime as well, and you can now then use 2 lances if you wish to do all your patio clean, stuff like that. This is actually my personal lance. I have kept it just in case I ever need to go and reach the roof of our new HQ. So far, I haven't used it. This is technically a brand new plug that has never seen water through it, but you never know. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Yeah, so for what it is, this will turn, you know, the OEM equipment into, again, industry standard quick release, which is a nice little addition. So yeah, this is, in my opinion, the very best money can buy pressure washing system. I will be doing a separate video for the Kranzle K7s and K10s, which I've got one over there. Now that's a special project that we've been working on. I'm going to reveal that soon. But for the functionality that this has, so for example, the Kranzle K7 and K10, beautiful machines, world class, very compact. But the hose, I know some people really idolize, I want an inbuilt hose. Fine, there you are. Inbuilt hose, got a really nice flip out handle, you know. So you can lie this down in operating mode. Just unread it all the way. I still believe for production hoses, I've said this for years, honestly, for an OEM, you've got to think about what I'm saying here. For an OEM hose, this is literally most likely the best OEM hose that you can buy. You've seen the Karcher, Nilfisk, noodle hoses as I call them. They seem like a noodle's got wet, dried up, it's all shriveled up. It's just coils like this. I mean, this is just a lay flat, super nice hose. I mean, just look at it. There's just no coiling whatsoever. You know, once you pull it out, it's just got a nice wire braid to it. Very, very nice hose. Again, is it the best hose in the world for aftermarket reasons? No, it's not. That is your Cobra Jet hose, which is currently on our Kranzle K10. But people idolize inbuilt hoses. They want something with wheels. Well, you've got yourself some wheels. Look at this. Yeah, you can move it wherever you want. You can lie down and you can unravel. And when you're ready, all you've got to do, obviously, is just ravel it back up. Stand it back up, and you've got yourself a nice, neat, tidy organization solution. You can have, obviously, two of your cubby holes, which you've got there. So, for example, imagine you want to do it this way and just never move your gun. You can have it like this, obviously the nozzle assembly. Look at that. Make sure it doesn't fall. Done. You can have the same thing with... Again, it's there to be used. Personally, I don't use it in this setup. I like to put my stuff away. I like to break it down, dry it off. This is my kind of little ritual. But if you do want to use it like that, it's all there for you. So for those reasons, and for, I think, the current price point, it's out there. I know people have bought hundreds of these. We had Malcolm from Kranzle in Essex, so Kranzle UK, come down, and he gave us quite a big figure of our improvement in sales. So we had multiple 100% increases in our Kranzle account. For these K7s and K10s, we just sell an absolute kind of ton of them. So they clearly have their value to people from us with everything that we do. Now, here's the thing. If you do already have one of these machines, you bought it, say, 3 years ago before we started selling ours, or you've got any Kranzle machine, the cheapest one or the most expensive one, please send us an email or give us a call or come down to our store. Really doesn't matter, because we can still outfit you with certain things that do not exist anywhere else. If you want this, but you already have this, you don't have to go and buy a new machine. You can just buy the coupler online, you can buy the gun and lance kit or the gun on its own. So the beauty of this machine is the fact that the fittings have never changed. It really infuriates me, the fact that Karcher and Nilfisk use their proprietary connections, and every 2, 3, 4 models, they just change the tolerance by, let's say, 1 or 2 mil up or down. So you can go and buy £300 worth of kit, and unluckily for you, your machine packs in, and then the next machine you buy is the machine that they've changed your proprietary fittings on, and all of a sudden, the whole inlet system into the gun is just non-existent. Now with this, it's, first of all, you're buying the best stainless steel out there. You screw it on with confidence, knowing that Kranzle aren't all of a sudden going to go to, I don't know, like a Nilfisk style connection or something like that. This is like old school, which is good and bad in certain ways, but in our way, for customization, it's the very best thing that they've done. They just have not changed anything. And this is where your little accessories come in. So version 3 package, guys, is on the website. If you're watching this on the website, awesome. If you're watching it on YouTube, the links obviously are in the description for the website, and I'm glad to be back. I am glad to be back. New HQ, haven't yet done a tour and stuff, but it's coming, guys. It's absolutely coming. This is the first, I'd say, full in-depth kind of video that we're using the new HQ for, so I'm super excited. If you've got any questions about, obviously, anything pressure washing related, specs, ratings, what you'd recommend, because again, I customized a few of my orifice sizes to go a little bit higher to give me even more flow. less PSI, because that's of course better. You're chasing water flow rather than pressure. Don't forget your YumCars. You want as much water to hit. But if you've got anything related to two machines, please, we have, you know, certain connections that we can only find for car arches, stuff like that. So we'll be more than happy to help you. But for this version 3 package, obviously, forgot one of the most important parts of the package, version 3 package. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just remember, thank you for all your support. I hugely appreciate it. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. So drop me a comment. Have you bought one of these? Are you considering buying one of them? Is it too expensive for you? Is it not expensive enough for you? Please, I want to hear all your comments in the description or in the comments box. And yeah, guys, I hope you have an awesome week, and thank you so much. I appreciate you.